Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another weekly Monday live stream. And if you're new, I am AK, and every week I like to go live and talk about the game news, whether it's big or small. So, yeah, if you're new here, I always welcome chats, and I love talking with you guys, whether that's through the live stream or after. Feel free to comment and let me know your thoughts on anything that we will be discussing today. Um, we do have a lot of news. I don't know. Some of it's kind of big. There's a couple controversies going on and stuff like that. Um, Kind of big, a lot of kind of small stuff. So, yeah. What games are you guys playing this week? I am continuing pushing through Assassin's Creed Shadows like I have been for the last couple months, and hopefully I'm like 75% done with it. Um, if you guys know anything about that game, there's a lot of like big leaders that you have to kill and stuff like that, and then you also have to do a lot of side missions to kind of level up to get to these bigger bosses, I guess you could say. So been kind of grinding that out and stuff like that. So if you guys have played Assassin's Creed Shadows, let me know if you've liked it. I think I'm gonna do a review on it probably when I'm done. We'll see. But I want to say for the most part, I like it. I don't hate it. I don't know if it's very like evolutionary. I feel like the one thing that I'm really trying to like look for in games nowadays is like if it's really different. Because a lot of games we're getting nowadays is just like so copy and paste, and I'm just tired of seeing the same thing over and over. Because the story in that's kind of like, we've seen it before. It's nothing new. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely give you guys my conclusion though once it's all said and done. So, but yeah, let's get right into the news. I'm gonna start off with some smaller stuff. So let's start with this. I don't know if you guys have seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I watched it. I don't think it was bad. I don't think though it like went in the direction that I thought it was gonna go into. But I don't think it was terrible. So, but they are coming out with the Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And apparently Megan Fox and Matt, who I've never heard of this Matt Pat person is, but apparently Megan Fox is gonna be in it. The movie was quite interesting. Let's see what they have to say. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has revealed 3 new cast members at Comic-Con, with 2 directly related to the series. A sequel to the 2023 film adaptation, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 plans to up the stakes and deliver some quality scares. The story will seemingly see the animatronics of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria unleashed to the public, new to film and toy animatronics. From the game's sequel, now confirmed at Comic-Con, we have a fresh look at them alongside who's voicing them. So, yeah, good to see that they are coming back. Yeah, Blumhouse is making it. Hi, Tay, welcome back. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check before I say anything. No, I must be thinking of something else. I don't know why for a second I thought that Jordan Peele owned Blumhouse, but I think I'm wrong. I know I'm probably tapping in y'all ear. Production. Oh no. He owns Monkey Paw. I don't know why for a second I thought he owned Blumhouse, but Blumhouse is also known to make some pretty scary movies. I don't remember the first one being like incredibly scary, but I don't think it was not scary, but I don't think it was like pee your pants scary, So yeah, they don't really say when we're going to be getting a new one. Oh wait, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is set to hit theaters December 5th. Oh, we're getting it this year? I did not know it was coming out that fast. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. I'll probably watch it after the fact or whatever, but considering I saw the first one and it was okay, I don't think it was amazing, but I might see the second one. And on the topic of movies again, we are getting probably another bad Mortal Kombat movie. I don't want to read this or whatever, but it's just funny because everybody really did not like the first couple Mortal Kombat movies, but they just keep pumping them out, which is funny because it's like nobody's asking for it really. Um, but they're pumping them out, so it's quite funny. Uh, but yeah, I don't. Let me see when they're coming out with this. Okay, so I guess they're saying it's been delayed to May 15, 2026. If you guys did like the Mortal Kombat movie, definitely let me know in chat. But everything, honestly, I've never watched it, but everything that I've heard about it has never been good. I know, that's what I'm saying. They're like really pushing them out. I'm like, I didn't even. Well, maybe I did hear that they had a third one, but I didn't hear much about the second. Or sorry, yeah, I didn't hear much about the second one. But I don't know. I don't know. All right, another quick bit of news. Like I said, we have kind of like a lot of like small interesting news, but then we're gonna have a little bit of controversy a little later that I want to get to and hear your guys' thoughts about it. But I kind of wanted to get these like little quick ones out the way because some of it can be exciting to some. But was anybody a fan of Silent Hill? Any of them? I know we just talked about Silent Hill F, and that was a pretty big release for, you know, the company and stuff. And people, that was a lot of people's like first game into the Silent Hill franchise. I'm not going to say it's my first game into it, but it really did pique my attention because it stood out against the other games. But Silent Hill 2 Remake is coming to PlayStation Plus, which is pretty cool, considering that, you know, you're not, well, you have to buy PlayStation Plus, but at least if you already have PlayStation Plus and you want to try this game, you do not have to buy it separately. And for a lot of people, this is a lot of people's favorite Silent Hill game. They just came out with the remake, and I heard it was really good, so pretty cool that they are adding it to PlayStation Plus. I wish PlayStation did more like day one games on PlayStation Plus. I don't think it'll ever come to fruition, but I wish they would be more like lax with that, especially with their first party games. But I think they know they make too much money to even like risk something like that. So, but it would be nice if they did it every now and then, you know. You didn't play that one? Yeah. I think if you're talking about Silent Hill 2, I don't know. I think a lot of people played it, but they didn't really like talk about it too much. Like, it's funny because I heard a lot of people play it, but then like after that, like nobody really talked about like how good it was. They just like said they played it. So I didn't hear too much about it, especially considering like how much I heard about Silent Hill F. They do need day one games, especially like I could see if it's not like one of their like really big heavy hitter games. Like maybe if they did more, I don't know, third parties to start or something. But kind of at this point, I kind of just think they're a little too money hungry to do something like that. I mean, even Xbox is starting to back away from that kind of stuff, which is quite sad. I mean, we just talked about last week how they have been raising the price of, or they are raising the price of Game Pass Ultimate to $30 a month. And they're getting rid of Call of Duty pretty much, because I think I talked about this in my last one. I'm pretty sure I did, but they pretty much admitted that they lost a lot of money putting Call of Duty on Game Pass. So I still think that they should do more of a Fortnite route and just make Call of Duty free to play and let people like just buy the skins and stuff. Like, we've had way too many Call of Duty games to be paying $70 for each game. It's kind of getting ridiculous. Has Silent Hill had any movies? I don't think so. I don't remember hearing it. Here, I could search it up though really quick. I don't remember ever hearing about Silent Hill movies. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, though. Oh. Maybe they do. Wait, hold on. I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Okay. I know. Let me move my face. So apparently maybe one in 2006, so it's old as dirt, but it only got a 6.5 out of 10 stars on IMDb. So apparently they did, but it doesn't look like it really took off. That's probably why I never heard of it. I'm surprised they're not taking advantage of it, especially in this day and age where we're getting so many dang movies. It's actually crazy. Yeah. So apparently they did. Very old though. Oh wait. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy. Yeah, pretty much flopped. Pretty much. But like I said, I'm surprised they're not like jumping on the bandwagon trying to create more. Because I swear, like, I mean, even I know I just talked about some, like, movies that are just coming out, but they look for any chance they can to make a new movie on something. Kind of crazy. Alright. Let's talk about my favorite game this year. So I know I probably talk about this almost every live stream nowadays, but Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is my game of the year this year. I'm curious what your guys' game of the year this year is. A lot of people have been saying a lot of different things like Dust Stranding. What's another one that I've seen? Oh, Hollow Silk Sonic or something like that. Hollow Knight Silk Sonic, I think that's what the game is. That's not really like my type of game, but a lot of people like it. I think a lot of people on like Nintendo and stuff really like that game. What's another one I'm hearing? Ghost of Yote. So I haven't heard anybody say Shadows. But Exhibition 33 is my game of the year. But they are coming out with new content, pretty much celebrating the fact that 5 million people have bought their game. So, if you guys have played this game, definitely let me know, and I'm moving my face back over here. If you guys have played this game, let me know. You don't have a game of the year? Yeah, honestly, I kind of didn't either until I played this game, because all of them are kind of on the same playing field for me. It was just like a bunch of like games that was anywhere between a 5 to maybe an 8 on a 1 to 10 scale. This one kind of made it to like, I don't know if I want to give it a 10, but it's a very close 10. You don't think you'll have one till next year? Do you think it's just like not your type of games that's coming out this year, or like you play games and I don't know, you just don't care for them? But let's see what Clair Obscur is coming out with. So, Sandfall Interactive is Clair Obscur's Exhibition 33 has won the hearts of players worldwide, becoming one of the highest rated games of 2025 and a strong contender for Game of the Year. The game director also recently stated that Clair Obscur is the franchise name and Exhibition 33 is definitely not the end of the franchise. Now they have announced new content for Exhibition 33 following their latest sales milestone. So Sandfall Interactive is working on I hate when they kind of repeat it was already said at the beginning, but new content update for platforms that Clair Obscur Exhibition 33 is available on. The update introduces new playable environments, taking the game's characters on a journey to a brand new location with fresh enemies, encounters, and more surprises and mysteries to unravel. Additionally, challenging new bosses battles are arriving for late game players to take on, which is pretty cool. I'll probably. So I didn't buy this game, but I had played it on Game Pass. I am looking to buy the. I don't know if you. I think it's called Mirrors Edition, but it's pretty much a steelbook, and it's coming out later this year. So I do plan on buying that, which is pretty cool. Um, and then hopefully they'll also have this additional content ready by the time I do get that. Mm. Yeah, nothing interesting to rank that high. Yeah, I felt that same way for a long time too. Cause what other game I played like South of Midnight, which was better than I expected, but not Game of the Year worthy. Assassin's Creed Shadows is good, but I don't think it'd be my Game of the Year. What else did I play this year? I played an old game, so that probably wouldn't have even counted. I tried to think of like a bunch of games that I've played this year, but that came out this year, but didn't really rank. So, I don't know. And this year was supposed to be like a really, really great year in making games and stuff like that, especially when everybody thought that what's it called, GTA 6 was coming out this year. They're like, oh, this year is going to be a great year in gaming. This year is going to be a great year in gaming. Now everybody's like quiet and they're like, oh, next year is going to be a great year for gaming, which I don't disagree. I think there's a lot of good games that's coming out next year that I'm really excited for. Like, what's it? Besides GTA 6, we have 007 First Slate. What else is coming out? We have that Halloween game. There's another one that was recently announced. I can't think of what it is right now off the top of my head, but we are having some really, those are the first two that's just coming to mind, but we are getting some really good games coming out next year, which is really exciting. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I could think of anything else. No, not off the top of my head, but we do have a few. All right. So for all my Animal Crossing lovers that don't have a Nintendo Switch, this next story is for you. So PS5's controversial Animal Crossing like game is explained. So if you guys have heard any of this, let me know in the chat or in the comments later, whatever. This picture right here is not Animal Crossing. This is from a game that was made on the PlayStation 5. And it's funny because like when I first saw this, I was like, oh, they just like took an Animal Crossing character and put it on this article to get people to click on it. No. And I'll show you in a second why I know that's true, but there is a copycat game coming to the PlayStation that's literally just like Animal Crossing. So I wanted to read this and hear what you guys have to think of it if you would try it or whatever. It's one thing to be inspired by the beloved game or franchise, but it's an entirely different thing to blatantly rip it off, which has been known to not only breach copyrights and trademarks, but also offers industry nothing new or original that contributes toward its growth and progress. And it's funny too, because if you guys know Nintendo, like they do not play. Like I feel like they're gonna crack down on this like so hard. Nevertheless, it seems that continues to happen anyway, as yet another Animal Crossing copycat has found its way onto the PlayStation Store with no signs of being taken down. The game in question is Animal Village Online, an upcoming cozy life sim developed by Wisnu Siderman for the PS5. So let's see if this says anything else. First of all, it doesn't help that Anime Village online visuals look like they've been generated by AI, and given how much they resemble Animal Crossing's New Horizons, it would make sense if the prompt were used that included the game's title. So far, only one image for PS5 has been shared, and there's a chance it doesn't actually represent it. It's crazy. It does look a lot like it, but the official PlayStation Store description for anime, sorry, I think I said animal before, Village Online list mechanics that mirror Animal Crossing's point for point. Build furniture, expand your home, and personalize your village. Grow crops, catch fish, gather materials for upgrades, meet new characters, trade items, and unlock new areas. Visit friends, villages, and build together online. Again, mimicking and using them as starting points um, is all well and good. And there are plenty of cozy games that do just that. Even Stardew Valley. Yeah, okay, whatever. But so I checked out the PlayStation Store, and this is literally what it looks like on the PlayStation Store. Like this little character right here. The trees look literally identical. And yeah, this is the description of it. She looks like the doll from a little bit, the doll from Squid Games. I feel like Nintendo is gonna crack this though. If you guys let me know if you guys knew anything about Pal World. Pal World was like I feel like it was like a knock to like Pokemon or something, and like I don't know, but Nintendo like sued the mess out of them. But somehow I don't know how they're able to still be up and running, because I'm pretty sure they are still up and running, but they got sued. But this looks just like Animal Crossing, so I'm curious to see how that plays out. Um, Very interesting. I mean, I guess if if you like Animal Crossing and you don't have a Switch, there you go. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it came out, and that'd be actually crazy. Very, very crazy. All right. Let's go to the next piece of news here. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I actually just posted this on other social medias. I already know people are going to be talking about this. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. No, sorry. It's not the controversial one yet. We were getting to it, though. This is around the same topic. But have you guys played Assassin's Creed Mirage? So the only thing, I didn't play Assassin's Creed Mirage, but the only thing that I do really remember about it is that it was like Assassin's Creed's like comeback, if that makes sense. Because basically, if you guys don't know, Assassin's Creed pretty much took a break. I want to say, I don't remember, it was at least like a few years, like 2 or 3 years. They took a break after making what's that one game? The Assassin's Creed with like the Snow Mountain guy. I forget what it's called. Um, I don't know why I want to say Ragnarok. I know it's not Ragnarok because um that's God of War. I don't know why I'm blanking on. They basically just took like a few-year break, and then they came back with Assassin's Creed Mirage, and everybody was excited because they're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be different. It's not gonna be as bloated as the previous game. Um, so this was supposed to be like their comeback and stuff like that. And people played it, and I think it was supposedly really good. Like I said, I didn't really get a chance to play it. I don't know. Valhalla. But it was after Valhalla. I don't know. I was like glitching for a second. They took a break after Valhalla, and everybody had complaints about how Valhalla was too like bloated, and I kind of feel that same way about Shadows, but that's another story. But Valhalla was like very, very open world. I think some people were saying that it took them like over 100 hours to beat the game. I did play Valhalla though. I didn't finish it, but a lot of people were complaining after that game came out. So they came out with Mirage, which was a shorter game, a little more focused, and a lot of people seem to like it. So, surprisingly, they are coming out with a DLC. And it's coming out next month. So, a free new DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage called Valley of Memory has been revealed with the new trailer and a November release date. So released in 2023, Mirage takes players to 9th century Baghdad, where you play as Basim, I'm sorry if I butchered this. Uh, Ishek, whose older self appears as Ivor's mentor in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So I don't know if this game was supposed to be like kind of a spin-off to Valhalla, and that's why it was like so short. But the game was a great way to satisfy classic Assassin's Creed fans who weren't into the new RPG system found in Odyssey and Origins. A few weeks ago, a free DLC for Mirage was announced, though not much was known outside of the few details. Now, with the full reveal, we have some more to go off of, and it looks great. So, here's the little trailer. Oh, you played the demo? Yeah, I watched it, because when I don't get a chance to play a game, I at least try to watch it. Watch somebody else do a playthrough of it. But, yeah, so I watched Mirage, and it looked good. I think it looked really clean, and that's one thing that I can give Ubisoft and the Assassin's Creed franchise. I think a lot of their games look amazing. They do really good on the art and stuff like that. It's just sometimes it feels stale, and that's like the best way I can explain it. It just feels very stale and like empty, if that makes sense. So I guess I can't really say for sure about Mirage because I heard good things about it, but I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like it's a bit soulless. But here's the trailer. Why does it say it's an hour? Oh, it's like the starting suit. Da-da-da. Hold on, let me see if I can find, because ain't no way we're about to watch that whole thing. A trailer's supposed to be a couple minutes, not an hour. Yeah, they do nail the environments. Like when I first played Assassin's Creed Shadows, I was just blown away by like what the world looked like. I just wish that they did, like, if you guys have ever played Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean, I know it doesn't compare at all, but like, it's one thing to like have a world that looks good, but then it's another thing for the world to be like interactive and like actually makes you want to like traverse through it. I think a lot of my problem with the world in Assassin's Creed games is it's kind of boring. Like I just want to fast travel everywhere. I don't want to ride through the world because like just using Red Dead Redemption 2 as an example, you can ride through the world, right? And then there'd be somebody on the side of the street just like doing like the randomest thing, and like you want to see what they're doing, right? Or like they'll like come like attack you, but it was like some crazy thing. Like, you guys know what I mean? It's none of that I don't really get that in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and if I do, it's kind of like dumbed down like 10 times if that makes sense. Yeah, with Origins, yeah. I think I played Origins and I played Odyssey, and it's like I couldn't finish it. I couldn't. I don't know why I get so bored. But it's just, maybe it's just, I don't want to say it's not my type of game because I do enjoy them, but it's just they don't keep me hooked. That's my issue. They don't keep me hooked. I'll show you guys though. I did find the trailer. This should be the one at least. If it ever wants to load. Or is it just gonna... Oh, here we go. Okay, give us nothing.
27. I don't know that for sure.
Oh my gosh, shut up. They gave us nothing. So that's probably why they were bloating it with hours of talking the what we've seen. One thing I want to talk about too is they actually, one thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they got rid of that eagle vision. They don't have that. The only thing they have is like that thing where you can like focus and see the people around you. They don't have the eagle though. They got rid of it. They also don't have manual jumps. So Assassin's Creed Mirage's DLC is bringing back manual jumps. I'm not gonna read this, but I just thought it was a funny little tidbit that they don't have manual jumps. It's kind of annoying when you're playing the game. I'll tell you that. Because they don't have it in Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's gonna be bad if that's the case. Yeah, that trailer was weak. I don't know what was up with that. It didn't really say anything. And I've also realized that they like to really come out with DLCs and stuff for their Assassin's Creed games, which is good if you're into it. I mean, the one we looked into, I think it was last week, the Shadows one, the DLC actually looked pretty good. They took the platform. They took like if you're running around, you can't just like randomly jump over things. Like it has to be pretty much a vault over things, if that makes sense. You also can't climb everything, which you could do in previous Assassin's Creed games, which is also really annoying. Because, I mean, I get it, because the way Assassin's Creed is set up within Shadows is Yasuke, he's like brute, right? So he's really good at like one-on-one like fighting someone. And then Naue is really good at stealth. So she can be more versatile with climbing. She still can't climb everything, but she has like a grappling hook that as long as the like building doesn't go too high, she can grapple up. Yasuke cannot climb for nothing. I mean, he could climb a little bit, but that's kind of one of the annoying things about the game. They did take out like a lot of things that older Assassin's Creed games could do, which I understand, but at the same time, it's a little annoying. It's just something you gotta get used to, I guess. Alright, now, let's get to the juicy stuff, and this is something that I do want to hear what you guys think about, because I understand, but then I don't at the same time. So, Assassin's Creed set during post-Civil War period canceled last year due to increasing concerns over U.S. political climate. So, let's see what they had to say about this. This isn't too long, so we'll probably read all of it. So, Ubisoft allegedly scrapped early plans for an Assassin's Creed game set during the U.S. post-Civil War period. A report has claimed with the decision made primarily due to anxiety surrounding the country's current political climate. GameFi reported on a previously unknown project's cancellation and stated that Ubisoft ultimately decided to walk away from its plans in July 2024 amid increasing political tensions in the U.S. after a strong backlash to the reveal of Assassin's Creed Shadows on co-protagonist Yasuke, a historical black samurai. The unnamed project was also planned to feature black protagonist, a former slave from the South, who would join the assassins and fight the Ku Klux Klan. While still in the concept phase, early work has been greenlit by the Ubisoft bosses in Paris and was underway at Assassin's Creed Shadows Development Studios under Quebec, which previously also led work on the ancient Greek set Odyssey and Victorian London-based Syndicate. I really liked Syndicate, but apparently that's an unpopular opinion. Set during the U.S. Reconstruction period, the game's story would naturally have dealt with issues such as rights of former black slaves, racial violence, and fallout from the assassination of the U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. Several flashback sequences were also planned to be set during the Civil War. So the word of decision filtered through the companies last summer, just days after the attempted assassination of Trump in Pennsylvania. Though it was not directly connected to this event, the report states. Sources told GameFile that the idea behind the game would have been to show how racial tensions can be used to control society. I mean, yeah. Instead, in-house sources, whereas Ubisoft ultimately decided the project was too political and a country too unstable. That's crazy. That wording is crazy. More generally, the cancellation came amid a turbulent time for Ubisoft, which, aside from the delayed but successful launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows, has otherwise suffered a number of high-profile flops, layoffs, studio closures, and game cancellations. So they're pretty much scared. They're scared. As of this month, Assassin's Creed, alongside Far Cry and Rainbow Six, are now run by Vantage Studios, which I'm pretty sure we talked about that last week. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. The Assassin's Creed franchise is, as ever, enjoying a bustling period of releases. Okay, yeah. So they don't want to make a comment, basically. Ubisoft declined to make a comment to GameFiles for its report, which is quite sad. It's very sad to see Ubisoft do that. I feel like... For one, I think this comment is kind of ignorant and insulting to Americans. Too political in a country to be too unstable, which is really crazy for them to say. And then also, it doesn't make any sense because Assassin's Creed Shadows did do well. It sold pretty well. So I don't really think that's a excuse. Man, I hate when they do this. These companies are so scary. The concept is fire. I would have played it. Yeah, it's just a chicken move. It's a chicken move, and it's quite sad. I could see if they were going to make it, and it's just insulting and it's ignorant. They're basically like just listening to the racists at this point, because I don't know. I think they had a lot of people, a lot of backlash when they put out Assassin's Creed Shadows. But I feel like the people who were, like, saying all that stuff, like, wasn't planning on buying the game anyways. Like, they saw it and they're like, no, I'm not going to play it. But it's like, now I'm wondering, like, who are they trying to cater to? Because I don't think a lot of people would have this same opinion. I feel like a lot of people would be open to playing it. I think the only people that were actually really mad at Shadows, they were most of them. I'm not going to say all of them. I feel like most of them were only mad because of the Black Samurai. They just wanted more representation. They wanted a Japanese person to play the samurai. So I'm not going to say that's not racist because there can be Black samurais, but I feel like it's not necessarily the same thing as whatever this game was going to be, because if you're talking about, the KKK and like formerly enslaved people, I think I just don't see I don't see why they would think it'd be backlash. It doesn't really make sense. If they told the story in a good way, I think it would be really good to inform people who aren't really in the know about this kind of stuff. They probably just don't think that it'll sell. And it's kind of just showing who they want to play their games. So it's kind of sad. Sad indeed. But I'm curious to see now, since they scrapped this game, what are they going to come up with now? I feel like you could kind of say a lot of this with any subject that you do. With anything in history that's like with violence and stuff like that. Because a lot of their games, it is like somebody coming in and like taking over and like flushing people out. So I don't really see how it's different. I get that they don't want to take the risk, I guess, but I just think it is scary, like you just said. Um, I ain't gonna say too much. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you, Tay. But do you see a theme with them in these type of games? Representation of black people. Yeah, yeah, quite sad. And it's like I almost wonder if they were trying to like, and this is kind of what I think it is. I wonder if they were like trying to test the waters with throwing Yasuke in with shadows, and then which it didn't do bad, but they're trying to like see the reception of it and then say, oh well, you guys didn't like this, so then why would we make a whole game about this, you know, if that makes sense. And again, yeah, I don't want to really say like too much, but it's quite sad. It's quite sad. Very, I don't know. And that's why I do say like we really should be supporting games like, and the first one I could think of is like a South of Midnight, because we have to be supporting our games that like come out with different people and not just the same character over and over again. You know, and I always like to use this as an example. Well, hold on, I want to show this first. But yeah, South of Midnight. Now, I'm not going to say it's my favorite game, but I still think if you can, especially it's on Game Pass, play it for free, show support, you know. And then hopefully we can start getting more games that's made with people of different diverse backgrounds and stuff like that. Yeah, South of Midnight was pretty good. Yeah, it's quite sad. I don't know what I was gonna say before, but it's quite sad. I just wish that people wouldn't be so scary. And two, somebody else made a point, and I do want to say this in my live, but Red Dead Redemption had the KKK in it, and if you killed them, you gained honor. So they weren't very scared. They weren't very scared of putting it in their game. Hello, welcome. So I don't know. I don't know. I get trying to play it safe. At the same time, I don't think playing it safe will make a company stand out, if that makes sense. I think people need to test the boundaries. I mean, even just like content creators too, like test boundaries, put yourself out the box, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so people do it. People do it. It's just they don't want to. And you know, I think too, like Ubisoft is kind of on very rocky territory right now. So I'm wondering if it would be something that they consider after they get out of this like little rocky territory that they're in. Just a thought. I don't know. We do need more edginess. Yeah. And that's the thing too. And that's why I get so scared of like what GTA 6 is going to look like, because, and I know I've talked about this, but it's like people do get like so sensitive about stuff nowadays and like want to cancel stuff so quick just because they don't like it. Now I can see if it is something that's actually like really offensive, but you know, GTA like really made their franchise about like being edgy and just like pushing boundaries and stuff like that. So I'm really scared that they're gonna be dimmed. I don't think they will, especially considering what I just talked about with them, and like there's literally KKK in that game. So I'm hoping they don't listen to everybody and they just put what they want in the game, and if people don't want to play it, they don't have to play it, as long as it's not like actually like coming out and like being offensive. And there is a line. I'm not gonna say there's not a line, but there is a line. If you do it in the right way, I think it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. Exactly. And they're one of the biggest company. They probably are the biggest gaming company out there, and that's because they're pushing the boundaries. And now I feel like Ubisoft has potential. Sorry, I'm getting a little a little passionate. Ubisoft has potential to be a very great gaming company. They were up there for a very long time, and like we were just talking about earlier, they make beautiful games. They need to push it though when it comes to like story. They need to, because like I said, I like Assassin's Creed Shadows. It could be better. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, and I'm not gonna say it's bad because of Yasuke. That's not the reason that it's not my favorite. It's just they need a little they need a little edginess. They need to add like more like immersive things in their world, so we're not just running across a beautiful landscape. Because like I said, I'll give it to them, it's beautiful, but it's nothing keeping me engaged besides looking at the beautiful world. Even the story is just like, it's something we've all seen before, and Ubisoft has potential. They're not pushing out what they need to push out. I don't think they're gonna fall for it. If Ubisoft stopped being so soft, they would be a lot bigger and gain more. Yeah, they would. They're trying to play it too safe, but what can we do? All we can do is say our opinion, and they can either listen or not. But the funny thing is too, and I'm only saying this because we've been talking about Rockstar a lot, but the funny thing is Rockstar is really like a good company, right? But then they don't listen to their fans. And we were just talking about Red Dead Redemption. People have been begging them to keep up with Red Dead Online, and they don't listen. They just do what they want. But somehow they always give us what we want. So, I don't know. Maybe the problem is Ubisoft is listening to their fans, but they're listening to the wrong fans. I don't know. I don't know. Assassin's Creed World, yeah, I don't know. We will see though. I will definitely keep you guys up to date. If I hear anything else on the subject matter, because I'm curious too. I hope they reconsider this and actually bring in good writers that will actually tell a good story. It doesn't have to be, well, it probably will be dark, but it doesn't have to be what they're thinking is gonna be, you know. Yeah, they don't. They don't listen. But that's what I'm saying. That somehow they still make great stuff. I am kind of sick of them pushing GTA Online though. Like that game, I don't say it's been dead, but it's been dwindling for a long time. So we're ready for something new. I'm excited to see what GTA 6 Online is gonna look like though. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about Xbox. On to the next thing. Let's talk about Xbox. We're gonna watch this quick snippet of, I guess they were talking about how, a lot of people are saying that their hardware is, like, dwindling, and they have something to say about it, so let's see.
Last week, Microsoft announced that the price of Game Pass Ultimate would be going up, and as you'd expect, players were not exactly thrilled about the news. Equally unsurprising is that in the wake of this announcement, there was increased speculation about Xbox's role in the gaming industry. One alleged industry insider posted that Xbox's plan was to move out of the console hardware space entirely, focusing on software publishing instead. The rumor gained enough traction that Microsoft issued a statement telling Windows Central, quote, "We are actively investing in our future first-party consoles and devices designed, engineered, and built by Xbox. For more details, the community can revisit our agreement announcement with AMD."
The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure they said that themselves. I'm pretty sure Xbox like was saying that they wanted to just not necessarily focus on the hardware, but focus on the fact that they could be played on any device. So I just find it funny that now they're backtracking. I wonder if it has anything to do with them coming out with that handheld.
Microsoft announced back in June that it had entered, quote, "a strategic multi-year agreement with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next-generation Xbox consoles," end quote. So despite online chatter, rest assured that is still the company's plan moving forward, at least until Microsoft says otherwise. We're just a couple weeks away from the release of the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X handheld gaming PCs.
ROG.
They are officially Xbox branded, and they've got AMD chips inside, but they're Asus hardware, which seems sort of like a half measure after years of rumors about a dedicated Xbox handheld. Last year, Microsoft launched that whole "this is an Xbox" marketing campaign, emphasizing all the different non-Xbox things that you could use to play Xbox games through Game Pass, which is a great way to sell people on the idea of Game Pass, but maybe not the best way to sell actual Xboxes themselves. Meanwhile, the price of Xbox consoles has gone up twice since launch, which is the result of complex global geopolitical factors and not a problem.
I'm just laughing because Xbox at this point doesn't know what to do. They don't know what to do. All Rockstar games are big and great. Yeah, they're large games. Yeah, it's got to be the handheld. Yeah.
Exclusive to Microsoft, but it definitely isn't making it any easier to move units. How do you all feel about this? Sound off in the comments below.
They don't know what they want. That's how I feel about it. They keep going back and forth, raising the Xbox prices. At first, they're like, no, we're not focused on that. But let's raise the price. And then they want to focus on Game Pass. People really like Game Pass. Let's raise the price and ruin it for all of us now. Like, what? It's not good for them. It's not good for us. What are they thinking? They're all over the place, and I don't know what they're doing. It is. That is what you're saying. It's the lamest campaign in gaming. They were extra pushing it. They were. Which, I feel like, and I'm not gonna lie, I think having Game Pass and then being able to play it on anything is innovative. I'm not gonna say innovative, but it's nice considering what the price of Game Pass was. Like $20 a month, you could play it on any device, any game that's on there. I thought it was a good deal, but they ruined it now. But I did think it was a good deal. The campaign is a little cheesy. I can see how you say that. Their management, yeah. And the thing is, it's like, okay, once you do something, stick to it. It's really giving that they don't know what they're doing. That's the thing. Like, why are they so all over the place? It's actually comical. It's like, just do something and stick to it. It's not that hard. Do something. They are so all over the place. Yeah, like, what's going on? I need to go over there at Microsoft, and I'm gonna tell them what they need to do. Hire me. I'll get y'all right. They don't know what they're doing. They have, and we're about to talk about Black Ops in a second, but they have Black Ops on Game Pass, they take it off. They have a cheap Game Pass, they make it expensive. They focus on hardware, they focus on cloud. Like, they don't know what they're doing. It's all over the place. Like, just do something and stick to it at this point so we can decide if we like you or not. It's crazy. Anyways, a lot of people will probably be happy at this because I've heard a lot of stuff about, like, bad about it. But Black Ops 7 is getting rid of their skill-based matchmaking, which apparently they have had a lot of problems with. So Activision has seemingly heard the cries of players, and a major change for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer is coming to the game at launch. So, in a post on the game's website, the publisher announced that Black Ops 7 will have non-disbanding multiplayer lobbies at launch. That means once you find a game lobby, you'll remain in it until you either leave or it's disbanded. We've heard the community discussion and dialogue around lobby disbanding, and as we mentioned earlier during the beta, we're focused on keeping players together from match to match and more often. Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool, I guess. I know too, like, when I was playing it, and I don't think I'll be playing this new one, but they were having a lot of problems with, like, loading lobbies and stuff like that, so I hope this kind of fixes it, hopefully. Today we're excited to announce that we'll have persistent lobbies at launch for Black Ops 7. We're committed to improving this experience for players, and we will be sharing more details soon. So, Activision has also announced that it's open matchmaking with minimal skill consideration will be the default for Black Ops 7 multiplayer. You know, the one thing that I will say about this is, So let's say you're doing bad at Call of Duty, right, for whatever reason, but then all of a sudden you have like a good couple matches. They will put you in with sweats, and I have I have experience with that because Call of Duty is one of those games where it's like, okay, I do good. Some days I do good. Some days I do bad. But then they will drop you in a lobby where you just get obliterated. Yes, I am still thinking about the Discord. I'm making progress on it. I was just, I have to get some things together for it, but I'm hoping to get it, hopefully within like the next month or so. But yeah, I am still thinking about the Discord. I want to get it up and running soon. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, the Discord is gonna go crazy. Hopefully, we get a good amount of people to join it, because I just love like chatting with you guys and just hearing opinions and stuff like that, because I mean, y'all know I could talk about some things. Yeah. All right, we're pushing time, so let's see. Let's talk about, well, since I was on the topic of Call of Duty, I do want to just kind of quickly talk about this. Call of Duty versus Battlefield war ramps up. And this is so crazy because at this point, I don't even think it's a war. I feel like Battlefield is winning. The numbers on Battlefield recently have been kind of crazy. Call of Duty versus Battlefield war ramps up as Activision readies Black Ops 6 free trial. Black Ops 6. Oh, probably. I don't know why I was thinking when I first saw this that they were going to do the new one. So what's the point of doing the old one? They should just give access to, like, whatever. Which includes free access to the campaign for the first time ever. For Battlefield 6 launch week. Yeah, that's... What's the point of pushing Black Ops 6? I mean, I guess it's kind of, like, old, so they don't mind giving people, like, access to it. But I mean, that's kind of interesting. I don't really want to read this, but for anybody who's interested, if you wanted to play Black Ops 6 campaign, I do think I finished their campaign. It was okay. It was a Call of Duty campaign. I feel like the Call of Duty campaigns are kind of like the same thing over and over. Well, I don't say over and over, but just like it's very similar to other Call of Duty games. So if you want to play it, I guess it's out until the October 16th, so you have like 3 more days to play it. Don't think you'll finish it in 3 days, but hey, if you want to, it's open. Black Ops 6, I'm pretty sure, like, last year? Because I think they're on Black Ops 7 right now. So I want to say, like, Black Ops 6 came out, like, November last year? October? Let me double check. October 25th, 2024. Yeah, last October. And then the new one's coming out November 14th of this year. Yeah, it's the same. And then it's funny because they were like talking about how they wanted to like come out with a movie. I talked about that on one of my recent lives. They're coming out with a movie. It's like, what are you gonna do in a movie? It's just gonna look like the game. And it's just gonna be a war movie. And so, I mean, the only way I could really see it being like, oh, you could tell it's Call of Duty is if they use like the character Ghost or something. Yeah, they're on a yearly schedule, which I don't necessarily agree with. I feel like the reason, and I'm gonna pull this up while I talk about this, but I feel like the reason Battlefield is doing so well is because they don't come out yearly. There were so many people that were hyped for Battlefield. Yeah, it is looking good right now. I do want to try it. There's so many people who were hyped for Battlefield 6. Hold on, I want to see. I want to see if like what the timeline for these Battlefield games were. Because now I'm just curious. So it looks like the first one came out in 2002. Well, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, between Battlefield 6, so Battlefield 6 is coming out this year, and then Battlefield 5 came out in 2018. But it looks like they've had like a lot of stuff like in between. Yeah. Cuz imagine if like Call of Duty came out, I don't even want to say every 5 years, but just like every few years. It would probably be more of a shock to people than just coming out like every year. Like with the new stuff they come out. But hey, they're gonna I think they did take one break, but then they keep pushing. But Battlefield 6 developer triggers queue system for launch as fans immediately face full server. So they're already getting, kind of pushed out of some of this stuff. Battlefield 6 is out now, and in the blink of an eye, the game's servers became full with hundreds of thousands of players waiting to get in on the action. So yeah, there's just a bunch of queues. I really do need to try this though, because it looks like everybody's having a great time. So I will definitely be checking it out. I usually don't play too many first-person shooters. I think the only ones I really have played is like Rainbow Six and Call of Duty. I played a little bit of Fortnite and like Overwatch, Valorant. I couldn't really get into it. Those are the main two. But it's good to see that another one is coming out of the, well, I don't want to say coming out the woodwork, so it's been here before, but that something is kind of replacing Call of Duty here. Alright, I think that's all I am going to be getting to today. Like I said, it was so much news. None of it was really big though. I think the biggest thing was the Assassin's Creed controversy and just how disappointing it was, but I feel like we are getting so many disappointments recently in gaming, and it's kind of like you get used to it after a while. But yeah, this week I am making another before you buy of Ninja Gaiden. So be there, be square, Friday at 7 p.m. CT as always. And I do want to say to all the new people that joined me over this last month, I think we gained like a few hundred subscribers, so welcome if you're here. Thank you, welcome aboard. And yeah, we will be back next week for some more game news, and I'd love for you guys to join me as always. Thank you so much for watching, and AK out.